Let me eat it. See, can you imagine? Time to feed the fish. Oh my god, they're so hungry. This video is going to be one of the most random video I have ever posted on YouTube. And why is that? I have tons of valuable content, valuable videos to put out for you guys to learn. But the truth is, I've not had that zeal to want to create or to want to record anything. I have a lot of topics that I need to cover, but that's zeal, and I do not like to force myself if I'm not feeling like it, so that I can put in my all when I eventually start feeling like it. So bear with me if it feels like this video has no direction. So what I did here was just to combine lots of videos that I've been taking, just lots of random videos that I've been taking in my garden, and wanted to just do a voiceover and talk about different things, tips, tricks, my experiences, just generally what has been going on in my garden for the past week or so. If you're wondering what is happening here, my catfish swallowed another catfish. It's no news, as we all know that catfish eat themselves. This was expected because I have not been consistent with the feeding. I usually feed them twice a day, but recently I've been feeding them once a day. And then sometimes I even forget to feed them for a whole day. So it's expected that they start to eat each other. I've been growing my own catfish at home for over 3 years for my own consumption, not for commercial purpose. As you all know, I grow almost everything that I eat. And on this channel, this is what I am encouraging you to also do. Let's not talk about the free food you get from growing your own food, but also the satisfaction that you get from growing your own food. There's something satisfying and fulfilling about growing something successfully, or growing anything and failing and trying again and eventually succeeding. I've had these plastic bags lying around for over 2 years. I actually stopped using them because I realized that they were drowning my plants. And it wasn't that I wasn't poking holes enough for drainage, for water drainage, but no matter how much holes I poke, it just doesn't drain properly. So I decided to add coconut husk under, that coconut shell under, before putting soil inside and eventually transplanting my seedlings. I'm going to show you guys what these seedlings look like. They have grown because I did this video a while ago. So I want to transplant parsley, sage, that's another parsley as well, and I also have tarragon, lemon balm, Italian oregano, that's majoram. This is Italian oregano. So I'm going to put them all on these bags. I've already put one tiny parsley here. So fingers crossed it will work this time. About is this majoram. So let's transplant it. So this is how I have lined it up. I'm going to put planting like this. So remember the lemon balm we transplanted, this is how big it has grown. I love the turnout. I've also had to deal with pests from this lemon balm because pests they never let lemon balm rest. But I've shared a video on how to control pests easily. I never had to spray anything. All I did was just to take out the leaves, take out the affected area, and yeah, so I have a video on how I control pests easily in my garden. Please, you should watch that video so that you don't have to ever worry about pests. And there's parsley over there. I can't even remember what we planted here, but I know that some plants did not make it and I had to replace them, and I didn't have to do anything to the bag, but I had to replace them and they are doing so well. So yeah, you're seeing something new here. I planted it. Just there's parsley here and there's another parsley here. You can tell from the leaf of this parsley that it's a different parsley. Anyway, this parsley is here, and guys, look at the sage, that tiny sage that I transplanted. I'm so happy I did what I did with the coconut husk. Yeah, I'm so happy I did what I did with it because it is raining season and it rains practically every day in this region. So anyway, let me move ahead and show you what is going on with other plants. This is a marjoram. So this is a marjoram. You can tell initially it wasn't struggling, it was doing so well, but the rain became so constant that I don't know, marjoram just, anyway, I have it planted somewhere else, so I am not scared. But look at this oregano. Can you remember how tiny it was? It is doing so well. So I'm also struggling with the bag of this marjoram. I don't know, but what am I saying? This is oregano, not marjoram. This is oregano. Anyway, they are in the same family, so I can pass for that. You can pass for marjoram. This is oregano. I realized that this bag, when it rains, this bag, it takes about a day for the water to drain completely. But because oregano loves water, oregano loves a lot of water, it doesn't mind. If you even look at the soil, you can see how moist this soil is compared to others. Look at how dry the surface of the soil is, and look at how wet the surface of the soil is. Very moist. Look at the other sage. This is the other sage doing so well. And then I can't remember what I planted here, but it didn't survive, and I had to transplant tarragon here. If growing my own food had a disadvantage, it would be not deciding or not knowing what to prepare to eat. And it's not because of the lack of food. The problem is I have options. I have too many options. And please don't suggest food timetables. I don't like those. I've never had a food timetable for myself or for my daughter. I love to be spontaneous with what I eat. I like to decide on the spot. I like to go with what I feel like eating. And sometimes it could be that I want to eat moi moi now, and then after 15 minutes I want to eat catfish pepper soup or have vegetable soup. So because of these many options, I can't decide on what to eat. So I have a little history with food. I have my not so complicated food story to tell. Growing up, I never liked
These
eating,
birds are already
and
eating
breakfast is the first meal of the day.
but
So
I don't have a
every
phone. Why
food that is
birds will
breakfast related,
get them for you?
I hate it, and I still hate it till
So
today.
this is
So you'll never catch me
how
eating
this
golden
guy
morn,
grew up.
corn flakes,
I just noticed that something is
oats.
trying
Ew,
to
I hate
eat
oats.
it
Oats is the worst. I can't even
because it
stand it.
won't get through.
I
So
still cannot tell
it's
why I
like
never liked food as a
water
child.
is increasing in
If you
size,
want to
so I
punish me,
stopped harvesting any
just tell me
plant
to come
here
and eat,
so that I
and
can
I will cry my eyes out.
develop
I remember one
my
day
variety.
when I was in primary school, after my mom
This
has had
let me show you
forced
where
me
I
to eat
harvest.
breakfast. I begged her not to
So
give me lunch to
remember
take to
the
school,
video I made
and she
making
accepted.
money to know
But
how
by the
to
time I got to
harvest.
school and it was
This
lunchtime,
was where
my
I
teacher
did
brought out my
so when
lunchbox,
I
and I was
started
like, "No, I didn't
harvest,
come to school with
I
this
didn't take
lunchbox."
it
And she
because my
said,
mom
my
was
mom brought it.
hoping
So you
that
can
it
imagine
will
how I
be here
felt
for a
on that
long
day.
time. I may have to
So
remove
I
it
grew
from my
older and things
plants
changed.
more
I
on
could now
the
enjoy
left
food,
where I put
especially lunch, but
goats
I always had my
and
hatred
mutton
for breakfast,
because
so I
whenever I
never ate
do
breakfast. And my system kind of
goats
adjusted to it because
vegetable
if
sauce,
I
they
eat
come here
breakfast right now,
I cut from it and I noticed that
my
the
whole day
ones
will
that
be
I
ruined.
got
I'll just
more
be lazy. I won't be able to do or
nutrition
achieve
because
anything
they
for the day.
need growth.
So I do lunch,
And to
and I can't
show,
even believe that at some point in my life I was a private chef.
yeah, this is where I come to
It's how I moved from hating food completely to loving the art of making food. And then now, in this time, I now grow my own food. And I love to eat. I've changed. I still do not eat breakfast, but I my first meal of the day starts from 2 p.m. or sometimes 3 p.m. Yes, I have a terrible eating habit, I must admit. Now you know the genesis of it. I'm sure by now everyone is growing yams in their homes one way or the other, either in sacks or directly in the ground. The recent hike in food prices has made everyone realize the importance of having basic things like basil, scent leaf, ugu, water leaf. These are very easy things that you can grow in your home, even if you don't have space. You can plant them in pots, you can plant them on the ground, and most of them require little to no attention. Growing yam may be too ambitious, but with the right technique, you can easily do it from growing the head of the yam you got from the market. So this year I'm growing yam in sacks and directly in the ground, and I am making a detailed video on how I am doing that so you can learn. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know the part of the video that you enjoyed, the story that you liked, and if you want to see more of videos like this, let me know. Bye.